Imagine paying a mere $5.50 to witness the legendary Beatles' Seoul Twin Cities concert in 1965. Fast forward 60 years, and we're revisiting this iconic event through the lens of numbers, painting a vivid picture of the Fab Four's unforgettable performance. Let's rewind to August 21st, 1965, when the Beatles graced the stage at Net Stadium, the former home of the Twins and Vikings, now replaced by the sprawling Mall of America. Tickets for this historic concert were priced at $3.50, $4.50, and $5.50. A far cry from today's prices, where seeing Paul McCartney at US Bank Stadium could set you back anywhere from $135 to over $750. But here's where it gets interesting. Did you know that Ringo Starr and George Harrison each took the mic for a single song at Met Stadium? The rest of the set list was dominated by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. And this is the part most people miss. There were only 2 Beatles souvenirs available that night: a $1 program and a $1 megaphone adorned with all 4 band members' photos. 4 limousines were on standby at Walled Chamberlain Field Airport to escort each Beatle to the stadium. But in a surprising twist, all 4 band members opted to ride together in one limo. The opening acts included Brenda Holloway, King Curtis, Cannibal the Headhunters, and Soul Incorporated, alongside 3 local bands: the Underbeats, the Accents, and Gregory D. the Avantis. The Beatles' performance was a whirlwind, with 11 songs crammed into a mere 30 minutes, though they played 12 tunes in other cities on their tour. Their 1965 North American tour, their second visit to the States, featured 16 concerts across 10 different cities. Met Stadium stood for 20 years after the Beatles' show, finally meeting its end in 1985. 3 years after the Twins and Vikings moved to the Metrodome. The Mall of America opened on the site in 1992. A memorable incident occurred when Minneapolis Police Inspector Donald Dwyer confronted the Beatles' entourage in Paul McCartney's Leamington hotel room, threatening to arrest McCartney for luring underage girls into the room. The woman in question turned out to be 21 and from Cleveland, diffusing the situation. The pre-show press conference at Met Stadium lasted 25 minutes, nearly as long as the concert itself. One of the most amusing exchanges was when a reporter asked, "Is your hair real?" To which George Harrison replied, "Our hair's real, lady. What about yours?" With the stage set near second base, the closest fans were 40 yards away from the British rock stars. An estimated 150 media people, including their children, attended the Beatles' pre-concert press conference. Another favourite exchange: "What do you do with all your money?" To which Ringo Starr quipped, "We bury it." Each member of the 150-strong Met Stadium security crew was equipped with smelling salts in case fans fainted. An ad agency paid Twins clubhouse manager Ray Crump $800 for the sheets and pillowcases on which the Beatles lounged in the Twins' locker room before taking the stage. These were cut into scraps and given away in drawings at Dayton's department stores. Police estimated that 3,000 fans stood behind fences at the airport to greet the Beatles' plane. The band arrived at 4:15 p.m. for a 7:30 concert. Ushers tallied 28,000 tickets sold to the 40,000-seat Met Stadium, but nobody could sit in the outfield bleachers as they would have been behind the stage. The Beatles were paid $50,000 for their Twin Cities concert, not including their cut from souvenir sales. Their performance at New York City's Shea Stadium in 1965 drew a record crowd of 55,600 for a US concert. For local historians, it's worth noting that the Major League All-Star Game took place at Net Stadium in 1965. And later that year, the Twins played in the World Series for the first time, losing to the Dodgers, 4-3. Sources for this article include Star Tribune archives and previous interviews with individuals who were present at the August 21st, 1965 concert and press conference. About the writer, John Bream has been a music critic at the Star Tribune since 1975, making him the longest tenured pop critic at a US daily newspaper. He's attended over 8,000 concerts and authored 4 books on Prince, Led Zeppelin, Neil Diamond and Bob Dylan. Despite readers' suggestions, he has yet to take a music appreciation class. Tribute acts line the fair's free concert lineups, appealing to wide audiences, and maybe boosting margarita sales too.